walkthrough here. This is Vital Signs Tracker. This is the app that we have built to track Core Web Vitals data and site speed data. The reason why we built this is because the data Google gives us is based on either 28-day averages or monthly averages. So if we make a change, it takes 28 days or a month to get some feedback on whether that change worked or was positive or whatever. Their data is also very vague, or it's averages. It's based on a group of pages or site-wide. It's not very specific or page-specific, which is problematic because then we can't draw insights from the data. And if we can't draw insights, or really we can't draw pointy insights from the data, which means we can't look at specific actions to fix the speed. We can look at broad actions, but not really kind of pinpoint, very precise actions. So we built this so we're picking up the same data as Google is picking up on site speed, and we can run it on any period if we want. So I've just pulled up this client site. We've run the report for the last 7 days. So very similar to other reports you might have seen around the web or the Core Web Vitals dashboard report. We have the site-wide data here. We also have this option. By default, we don't include pages that are non-indexable. If they have a robots no index tag, we don't include them because typically those aren't included in Core Web Vitals data, but you can include that if you want, which will change the metrics slightly. It's just reloading there. So the metrics probably go up a little bit if we do that. I'll just turn that off again, just for the sake of the video. So in Core Web Vitals land, green is good, we're passing, yellow needs improvement, and red is bad. So we're looking pretty good across the board here. We also track INP. INP is a new metric. There'll be a few months until that's live or it's being used, but we track that as well. So we can prepare for that metric being released. FID, CLS, FCP, time to first byte. So we're looking really good on this site. This is one of our bigger corporate clients we work with on an ongoing basis. So the speed is good. We have country by country breakdown. So you'll see, typically you will see some countries that are slower. So this site is hosted in Australia, focused on Australian customers. So we don't really care about international traffic anyway, but it is important because it doesn't affect the speed. But there's international data. But what's really powerful here is the page by page breakdown. So we can see what's going on a page-by-page level, and you'll see there are some pages that are problematic. So the homepage here is just outside the passing zone for LCP, which is 2.5 seconds. So it's 2.8 for the last 7 days. We also track whether the page is indexable or not. Again, if it's not indexable, the speed probably doesn't matter from a Core Web Vitals perspective, but it does matter from a user perspective. You can also add notes and annotations. You can type in blah, blah, blah if you're working on something and save it. You can also search on pages here. One thing we do see is, and this is something we're working on with this customer, if you use custom tracking strings on particular traffic types like AdWords traffic here or email marketing traffic, often those custom tracking strings, if they're not mainstream tracking strings like UTM strings or Facebook strings or whatever, they will bypass all speed optimizations, and those sessions will be slow. So you can see here on this site, there are some custom tracking strings that camp equals is a campaign tracking string, a custom one, and that's why it's slow. It's bypassing all their speed optimization. So those sessions are really slow, which is bad because it's paid traffic. So the tool can kind of unearth insights like that as well. So ordinarily that page is fine, so that's the home page, but paid traffic is bad, and that is why you saw before that it is failing on mobile overall. If we go back here, we're failing overall on mobile because those sessions are slow. So that's really the tool there. So you can run the data on any date range. So I've just done the last 7 days, just quick and dirty. There's also scheduled reports. So typically we schedule those reports for fortnightly or monthly, depending on how often you want to get the data. And you can adjust that as well if you need weekly or whatever. But that also enables you to keep on top of the site speed and track what's happening and see what's going on. So that's a walkthrough of the tool. We include a year of access with all the services. And then you can pay for it separately if you want to keep it after that. And typically, if you bought a service and something has gone wrong, it will be something like you've started using query strings on particular traffic types, like we saw here, like you started doing mailouts and using a custom query string and it's blowing you up, or you have a new content writer who's using massive images instead of compressed images or correctly sized images. Or something technical has gone wrong, or something's changed fundamentally with plugins or the site setup. So using this tool will be able to pinpoint when it happened, where it's happening, what traffic types it's happening to, and so forth. So I think that all makes sense. Anyway, if you need more information, let me know, and happy to come back to you.